Well, good morning. Welcome to the Morning Five. Today we're in Psalm 108. Thank you guys for joining us. Let's jump into the text.
Psalm 108. My heart is steadfast, O God. I will sing and make melody with all my being. Awake, O harp and lyre. I will awake the dawn. I will give thanks to you, O Lord, among the people. I will sing praises to you among the nations. For your steadfast love is great above the heavens. Your faithfulness reaches to the clouds. Be exalted, O God, above the heavens. Let your glory be over all the earth, that your beloved ones may be delivered. Give salvation by your right hand and answer me. God has promised in his holiness, with exultation I will divide up Shechem and portion out the valley of Succoth. Gilead is mine, Manasseh is mine, Ephraim is my helmet, Judah my scepter. Moab is my wash basin. Upon Edom I cast my shoe. Over Philistia I shout in triumph. Who will bring me to the fortified city? Who will lead me to Edom? Have you not rejected us, O God? You did not go out, O God, with our armies. O grant us help against the foe, for vain is the salvation of man. With God we shall do valiantly. It is he who will tread down our foes. Noah, what do you see there?
Well, in verse 3, I will praise you, O Lord, among the peoples. I will sing praises to you among the nations. And the thing that makes me think of is that when Israel originally asked for a king from the prophet Samuel, their mindset was that they wanted to be like the other nations, and they wanted their culture to reflect the cultures of the nations that they saw around them. Here, their king, David, stands out from the nations and actively is different in that he praises God instead of relying on the help of man, like he says at the end there. Man is useless. Man can't do what God can, and so he's going to praise him. And I think there's a lot of things to unwrap in the different nations that he listed. For instance, Moab and Philistia, right? At certain points in David's life, even he doesn't really go by this psalm, and he ends up relying on the men in Moab and the men in Philistia more than God. But in both of those instances, he realizes his mistake and he turns it around. And just applying that to my life, I started to think about, am I relying on the nations around me? Am I relying on the help of man to conquer my foes rather than the help of God? And just realizing that a steadfast heart, praising God, realizing that his mercy is greater than anything that we can comprehend, I think really helps us to center our minds back on the things that he wants us to.
Yeah, I think those are good. And even in moments of confusion, I like the word you used there, steadfast. That God is a steadfast God, and our reaction is we're going to have steadfast faith in him. And the psalmists oftentimes bring this up because this is real world application. We're not always going to understand why God does what he does. And so in verse 10, verse 11, have you rejected us, O God? You do not go out, O God, with our armies. Even in David declaring this steadfast confidence in God, he still acknowledges, it doesn't look like you're with us right now. I don't understand that. But he closes with God we shall do valiantly. So there's this honest question mark right in the middle of this psalm of such confidence. And if we're honest, I think our lives are a lot like that.
Sure.
We're going to have those moments where we have strong faith, but we have questions. That's part of life. That's part of the life of the faithful child of God. The key is for us just to maintain that steadfast nature within our life and persevere and trust that God's going to be with us at the end. God's going to do what's right. He's going to conquer, and his will over all our foes, in verses 7 through 9, his will take place.
Amen.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks a lot for joining us. Hope that was helpful to you. Let me say this. Starting next week, Monday through Thursday, we have our VBS, which will be taking place from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon for ages 3 through verse 13. Occupational hazard. Age 13. Age 3 through age 13, and then adults. And then we'll have classes for 14 to 20 in the evenings at 7 o'clock. You'd be welcome to join us. If you'd like to register, go to our website, Douglas Hills church.org. You can register online. Give us a call, 245-0573. We'd love to see you. You're also welcome to our service this weekend. 9 o'clock we'll be meeting, and then we'll have Bible classes right after that. At 11 o'clock we'll have another time of assembly with the saints. You be our honored guest. Thanks for joining us today. Have a great weekend. God bless.